I have a book in me. This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.
What's up, everybody? It's the publisher, Mr. Kelly Cole.
And it's the writing coach, Dr. Oliver T. Reid, the relationship architect.
Welcome to Books-N-Brothas podcast, coming to you with the audio version this week. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How are you, bro?
I'm tired, Dennis. You know what?
I get it. I get it.
But we're making it happen. This morning, man, been bogged down with work. Just too much stuff going on. But man, this is a perfect time for the topic of this podcast. Like what keeps us going, man, our why and what going. So yeah, if you want to kick it off, you can kick it off. So the title, I'll give them the title and then you kick it off. So finding your why. What makes you grind so hard and not give up on your dreams? Like what keeps you going?
Man, what keeps me going, man, it's a great question. That keeps me grinding, keeps me motivated, keeps me focused is that I feel like I was born to do it. I always tell people, you do what you were born to do. And I think a lot of times it's the pressure of completing the task, but it's never a time in my life where I don't feel like I was born to do the task that God has given me. And so my why is because it comes naturally. Even when I want to stop, bro, there's been times I'm like, I want to stop. I'm not going to do it, and I find myself writing. I find myself creating. I find myself coaching. I find myself, in the next cycle of doing something. And it's like, that's what I'm born to do. It's almost like Les Brown said, man, when you wanted more than oxygen or the air that you breathe. And that's just how I am, man. And, I didn't know it at first, but I was born to do this. I was, even in school, from a standpoint of always was the kind of cat where people came to me, looked at me for leadership, or, I was just writing. And another thing that really showed me my why is when you look at your children, you look at your family, man. And recently I found out, man, my son's been writing. This is like, I would call it like a virtual diary for the past 2 years. And I didn't even know. But, it's kind of like we impact the next generation without even knowing. And so, man, I was kind of floored, bro, very emotional when I saw that he had picked up a lot of the things that I was doing at his age. And it's like, I'm born to do this. And then when you see the impact, the why, too, when you see it's impacting your family, but also the people that you work with. When they come to you and be like, man, I wouldn't have been able to do this without, your help. And just that fulfillment. We talk a lot, Kelly. We talked about some years ago, before we started doing the podcast, it had to be about, I would say 6 or 7 years ago, about making people's dreams come true. Yeah. So we travel the country and, I've been around the world, man, and this is stuff we do. It's like when you hear the testimonials or people hitting you up or reading the story and say, I was about to give up, but this happened. And I read this and I'm not giving up. I had people saying, hey, I was suicidal, bro, and I read your book. I heard you on the video. I heard you speak. And I think that makes a difference. And that fulfillment you can't get for, it's a high, it's a fulfillment, but it is a high when you know that you imparted into somebody and you share with them. And that's the thing that keeps me going. Each time it never gets old. Every time I get a book in my hand that I've written or helped create, it never gets old. It's like it starts all over again. And that's my, I guess, legacy that we can leave. That's the tangible thing. When you write books and you do certain things, man, you can go back years later and it never gets old, bro. So that's my why.
So yeah, I had this thought yesterday and I tweeted it out and I'll be sharing it on all of my other social media soon. But I said, it said, I had this thought, what's the difference between a gift and a passion? I think a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people are confusing something that they're passionate about and
Mm-hmm.
calling it a gift. The word says your gift will make room for you. If it's not making room for you, is it truly your gift?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
hearing you talk, the difference between what you're doing, that's your gift and your passion.
Mm.
So it's not only making room for you, it's fulfilling you. And to clear that up for people, the difference between a gift and a passion, a gift is something that comes easy to you and harder for others. Something
Mm-hmm.
you're passionate about, that means you're excited about it. It feeds you, it gives you joy, it gives you life. It's something that you really, really love doing. Not
Mm-hmm.
everybody, your gift and your passion are the same thing. I know a lot of people that have an amazing gift to do amazing things, but because they're not passionate about it, they don't use it, even
Mm.
though it makes room for them. Hence why a lot of people are in jobs that they hate. Hence why a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are doing a bunch of things that they don't enjoy doing. And their why is not strong enough to keep them going or to get them up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So my gift and my passion happens to be making people dreams come true.
Mm.
That's my gift and my passion. I don't love quote unquote, let's say book publishing.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But
Yeah.
my gift and my passion is to make people dreams come true.
Wow.
Book
That's
publishing
tough.
is the tool. That's the card. That's what I use to bring joy and put it in somebody's face. Like you said, to hand somebody their book for the first
Mm-hmm.
time, that's what I love. That's what I'm
Yeah.
passionate about. And that is a gift. I have another gift that I use. I have a gift of selling. I have a gift of
Mm-hmm.
connecting and using those gifts and aligning it with my passion, but using book publishing as the tool is the reason why I'm so successful. Now, backing that up, I have a strong why as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so my kids are my why. I
Mm-hmm.
never wanted my kids to go through and experience the things that I grew up
Mm-hmm.
experiencing as a kid. So, the struggle, not having enough, the struggle of wanting things and feeling left out, the
Mm-hmm.
struggle of some days not eating and eating chips for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Just the
Mm-hmm.
struggle and just the grind of growing up. I never, the reason why I'm trying to nurture all three of my children's gifts is because I don't want them to experience working for somebody else and somebody else
Yeah.
controlling their destiny. So I try to mold them and shape them, and they have become my why, you know. And to give some people some tips of once you find your why, like if your kids your why, keep them in front of your face. So my screen saver on my
Mm-hmm.
phone is my daughter's pictures. On my desk on my daughter's picture, is my son's picture. So when I look up,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, in those days that I want to quit, those days that I don't feel like working, I can't look them in the eye. And when they come to me and tell me that they need something and tell them I don't
Mm-hmm.
have it because I didn't put in the work.
That's
So
dope.
their why, them being my why is the thing that keeps me going. And just thinking about where God has brought me from. You know, you can't look around at where you are now and not look back and see how God has had his hand on you for the simple fact that you're still here.
Yes.
You're still here, man. When you think about what's really going on in the world today, I'm in Chicago, been here for about a week. And since I've been here, the day before I came, a 3-year-old kid got shot and killed on my mom's block. 3-year-old
Wow.
kid. Last week, this the week I get here, a 1-year-old got killed. Yesterday, I
Mm-hmm.
found out another 3-year-old got shot in the chest yesterday.
Wow.
For the simple fact that you're here, you can look back and say, God has covered you, God has protected you, God has been with you, and you have something to be grateful about. Even
Mm-hmm.
if you're not happy with everything, that's going on in your life. You have something to be grateful for. You have a reason to go on if you're still here. If you're still on earth, that means he has more for you to do. And if you're holding your gift hostage, you need to let that thing go, because you don't
Wow.
know, like Doc said, how many people are connected to you using your gift. Now, me saying that gave me another idea, or gave me another thought. Just think, if I wasn't obedient and started the publishing company, how many people books will be still on their computer? How many people
Wow.
books will, and their gift has been still inside of them? How many people who's connected to authors' books as I published and got deliverance and got healing and overcame because of their test? How many people are connected to me using my gift? And just think, if I would have kept it inside,
Mm.
where would they be? And if
Man,
you're
that's
under
good.
attack, just know that that's the enemy's job, because he know if he cuts you off, if he takes you out, that he takes out all of the people that are connected to you.
Man,
I didn't come to preach this morning.
my goodness, this is good.
Go ahead,
You
bro.
know, and it's powerful because what people don't know, you may not can see because we're coming on through via audio with this podcast, is that we're up early in the morning. We're in different time zones
Yeah.
because we want to make it happen. One of the things that I had a chance to collaborate with you, Kelly, on your mixtape. You had a motivational mixtape,
Yeah.
and then I had a motivational mixtape. And I
Yeah.
remember, and maybe we can play some clips in here. You
Yeah.
had a section on mine that says "Make it happen."
Yeah.
And one of the things that was, you were talking just very candid, like you're doing now. You was like, get off your butt. You know, if you got to go to the library, whatever you got to do,
Yeah.
make it happen. And that thing, it was infectious to me, because one of the things I tell people about, we were talking about purpose and your why. And I always say purpose is your why, and your destiny is the ultimate result of an exhausted purpose.
Mm.
And what I would say again, that's the ultimate result. A lot of times people mix purpose and destiny up too, almost like your why, your passion, and your gift, like you
Yeah.
were talking about. A lot of people mix that. Your purpose is what you were born to do. It's your function. If I say, what's the purpose of a calculator? The calculator won't do anything until you impute numbers, right? So
Yeah.
once you put the numbers in, the purpose of the calculator is to add it up, subtract it, give you a percentage, whatever. That's the purpose. Your purpose might be to speak, to write, to do whatever, but you will never get to your destiny until you exhaust your purpose.
Yeah.
So people always say, I got a purpose, but if you're not doing anything, you're not exhausting that purpose. So I always say that your purpose is, okay, me and you were going on a trip. Our purpose is to go and empower the people, right? But we don't reach our destiny until we get there. So a lot of times people don't understand, or, you know, if you put it in your GPS, it'll say destination.
Yeah.
You know, you'll reach your destination. Once you reach your destination, then you can fulfill whatever assignment you have. And I always say, you don't do that. You don't really fulfill your destiny until there's no breath left in your body.
Yeah.
Whether you 5 years old or you 500, when God has really allowed you to fulfill your destiny, you out of here. So during that time, you are exhausting your purpose. You're grinding. You're doing whatever it takes. I know you get this question all the time too, Kelly. Like, how do you do it? I get this all the time. When you're working, you're everywhere. How do you do it? And some days I don't know how I do it. It's the
Yeah.
grace of God. It's almost like I don't even know how I'm still able to help or to accomplish certain things in one day. And I'm sure you do that a lot, man. You look at your desk and I'm like, I've done so many things in one day. But our destiny, man, will be fulfilled when our purpose and our destiny marry each other. And so it's almost like when you have it with that balance and you have it going on at the same time. And very few people do that. They don't know how to work in that purpose. And I think it drives you.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that I've noticed, man. When you want to quit, that purpose will kick in.
For sure. Yeah, definitely. Because your purpose is the thing, it's gonna pull you. Like you said, it's gonna pull you. You can't sleep on it. It won't allow you to rest once you
Hmm.
discovered it. So man, um, it's a powerful thing, man. The people, I pray that the people who are listening, man, are really getting something out of this. Like you said, it's the crack of dawn in the morning, and they don't know. We don't script these podcasts, so we never
Nope.
know what we have a topic and we just go. So we never know what's really going to come out. But man, I just really feel led to encourage the people, like, get your book out, like, get your story done. Like, you do not know who is attached to and whose deliverance is attached to um, what you have going on. Like, you don't know. Like, you don't know
Yep.
what's inside you, what doors is going to open for you. Like, I would not be where I am, like I said, if I never took the first step of getting the first book out. In the
Yep.
last episode, or a couple episodes ago, we talked about how, the mistakes we made with our first book. Quit being afraid to make mistakes. Like,
Right.
you can learn from them. Like, you learn so much from making mistakes, and nothing is unfixable. Like,
Yeah.
really, like, you could fix it. Like, it's not the end of the world. And I've struggled in the beginning
Hmm.
with being a perfectionist and worrying about. And Doc could tell you now, I don't
Yep.
care.
Real talk.
He'll
Yep.
tell me, he'll tell me like, yo, bro, that quote you put out, you missing a word. I'm like, I don't care. Keep it, just
Yep.
keep it real. Cause I'm just in a producing mode. Like, and if I could fix it right then, I fix it. If not, I don't care.
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be perfect. And sometimes I leave mistakes in the videos, or I leave stuff like that to encourage you guys who following me that you don't have to be perfect, like, just to get stuff
Hmm.
done. You know what I'm saying? So it's on purpose. There's a method to my madness. Now, of course, I want to do things in excellence. Of course, I
Yep.
want to do things and put my best foot forward. But sometimes stuff is going to happen. Stuff is
Yeah.
going to happen. I asked my mentor one time, like, bro, does life ever get easier? And he said,
Mm-hmm.
no. He said, it never gets easier. He said, as soon as you get one thing off your plate, guess what? Something else is going to be on your plate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like life is really like a drama TV
Mm-hmm.
series. I don't know if you've ever seen
Mm-hmm.
the TV show what's it called? All American.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you take a breather, as soon as you can breathe and then make it out of this situation, and next thing you know, the very next scene, Coop is in some more mess. Like,
Yep.
girl, sit down somewhere. But in reality, that's life.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
life. As soon as you get one thing off your plate, here comes another thing. And it's all designed to stop us. But you can't
That's true.
stop. You gotta keep going no matter what happens. And like you said on the mixtape, I said, make it happen.
Yeah.
Make it
Make it
happen.
happen.
There are no excuses. I saw a guy with one leg dunk a basketball.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow. On the video.
Yeah, in all
Yeah.
of my presentations, I share with everybody this 16-year-old girl who was born blind who became a best-selling author.
Wow.
You got your eyes, you can see, you can type, you can write, and here you are scared to put your book out. She spoke her book.
Yep.
She's a best-selling author at 16 years old.
That's 16.
And
That
you
gives me
making
chills.
excuses. You making excuses.
Mm.
You're making excuses. So just get it done, bro. All right, what you got before we close out?
Yeah, yeah, I would say that, man. That's so powerful. That story gives me chills about the 16-year-old blind girl every time, because it's almost like you have to have the vision without having any issues with putting your story out. What I mean by that is she couldn't see, but she saw.
Yes.
She had a vision. And my biggest thing, man, going back, I want to say this. I had a cousin who passed away from COVID recently. I had another church member that I grew up with, right, bro, that basically um, was texting, or she was actually on Facebook on Tuesday of last week. She
Wow.
is dead and gone today. She died on Thursday. Walked to the ambulance. Whatever happened, she was only, bro, under, I think she may have been 31, 32.
Wow.
She leaves behind kids, and I think that motivates me too every time. Almost like you talked about the little kids. Every time I see somebody pass away, I was like, I don't want to die with dreams in my chest. I don't want to die with songs in my heart, or verses, or whatever it may be that God has given me. And I always say this, bro: people die changing lanes.
Yeah.
People die changing lanes. Stay in your own lane, from a standpoint of what God has given you. Quit looking at somebody else's
Yeah.
yard, comparing yourself. Because I was looking at this, man, we travel a lot. And if you see the distance between each lane, it's a couple inches.
Yeah.
If you get over just a couple inches out of your assignment, you can cause or kill somebody or kill yourself,
Yeah.
right? And just thinking that you got to rush. And I'm like, you don't have to rush your life. If you do what God has told you to do, you don't have to compare yourself to anybody else. And I think I've been in that mode lately with like, man, you know, I am being selfish with my dreams, which means that if you're in the way, I'm gonna find a way to get around you.
Right.
But at the same time, it's gonna be because of the like you said, producing mode in myself, but not to keep up with the Joneses or try to feel like I gotta have this on my resume.
Yeah.
And some of you may be listening to this. That's why you may have not took the action to do your book, because you're looking at everybody's around you. You feel like you gotta do it this way. We're here to help. We're here to guide you, but you just got to get it going. And guess what? You are not late. When I realized that, man, I have to remind myself sometimes, because I'm like, man, I want to be at this status. I want to, you know, especially when you have that ambition. But
Right.
you want to make sure that you get it done. When I look over the day, though, and say, okay, I made these steps. And that's all you got to do. Create that list, create these steps. Kelly's created all kind of ways for you to get your book out. And to make sure your story is heard. Because guess what? When your time expires, bro, it expires.
Yeah.
We don't know when the expiration date is.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm learning about everything. I'm like, I'm broken. I mean, I knew this girl for like at least 40 years of my life. And now she's gone. And nobody can tell her story again. Whatever she's done in life is done. So I'm just telling everybody to get it done.
How did she pass away?
They don't even know, or they said that she had a brain aneurysm
Gotcha.
and a stroke.
Gotcha.
But it was like nobody, you know, it was kind of weird because she had basically, her last post was this, bro. She was like, you don't scare me. And it's deep. That was one of her last posts on her social media, was that she was saying it, and we don't know who she was speaking that to, or she was just encouraging herself, but she said, I'm not scared. You don't scare me.
Right. Wow. Yeah. So I mean, if that don't get you going this morning or whenever you're listening to this podcast, I don't know what will. You never know. Like you said, man, there's a problem too of, you know, when I'm running into a lot of people who live above their means. They complain about it being expensive to invest in getting your book done, but they got all the new Jordans. They taking all the trips. They're, you know, they got the Gucci bag, the Gucci purse.
Yep.
They kill, you know, they buy whatever they want and then beg for the things they need. And check it out. If this is funny to me. If you put it to them this way, say for instance, Beyonce coming to town, and that's their favorite artist. Beyonce ticket, couple $1,000.
Yeah.
They're gonna make that happen. They're gonna find a way to get that $2,000.
Oh yeah.
See Beyonce. And you tell them a publishing package is $2,000, is $5,000. They're not even gonna make an effort to make that happen. They're gonna say that that's too much to invest. But Beyonce come to town, you're gonna make that happen.
You're gonna make it happen because you want it.
But a book is something that is going to give you a return on your investment. It's going to be something that keeps on giving back to you. You're not going to get nothing from a Beyonce concert but memories. But had you invest in your book and had that book open up doors and other opportunities for you and open up doors for your legacy, you can go to a Beyonce concert or anybody concert with no sweat. You don't have to beg, borrow, and steal for entertainment or entertainment things or buy Jordans and be broke. See, the key is to do and buy whatever you want and not be broke in the process. That's the problem. I'm not against you buying things. I'm not against people buying Jordans and traveling and living the life that they want to live. But I have a problem with people who do that and broke, can't pay their bills. They don't invest in anything that's going to take their life, you know, higher. It's going to put them in a better position. It's not going to leave generational wealth for their families. That's the only problem that I have. It's not that you are buying those things. It's that you're buying those things and you're broke. Somebody walked up to me on, when was it? Last week, last story I'm going to tell you. Somebody walked up to me, family member, And he said to me, I said, you looking good. And he was like, yeah, I got it from you. And I was like, you didn't get it from me. I said, I'm not wearing my net worth.
Mm. Wow.
His net worth was in
Woo.
everything that he had on. I wasn't wearing my net worth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good.
I'm gonna leave it right
Wow.
there. So you got anything
Just
else?
drop the mic.
Closing
Man,
back.
can you say that one more time? I don't think they got that.
A lot of folks are wearing their net worth. I wasn't wearing my net worth, and I was fresh to death. Everything I had on was brand new, but I wasn't wearing my net worth, nor did I spend my money on anything that I had on.
Yes. And it's funny when you say that because that's where I'm being, from a standpoint of saving, saving and investing. And something we talk about is buying the things that you want off of passive income.
Yeah.
Generating with your book produces that, bro. Every month, and I'm sure you do, every month I have the book proceeds off of social media, Amazon, they go into a savings account.
Yeah.
And if I don't write another book, they're going to continue to do that when I'm dead and gone. We could pass it to our kids. We could pass it to our businesses. And it blows my mind away. Some months it's a little nothing. Some months it's like, wow.
Right.
And it's like you don't even know until you put it out, And I do want you to end with something you always say, and I think it's really great because it has empowered me as an entrepreneur. And that's that vending machine model. So you close before we close, man, and tell them what about a vending machine and where you put it.
Oh, okay. So like you talking about what I do on Amazon?
Yeah, and how you say, hey, where would you put when we used to lecture back in the day and you would hit
Yeah,
them with where
man.
would you put a vending machine?
You taking it back. So I do have that course available. I still sell that. So
Wow.
you when you think about a vending machine in the natural sense, a bubble gum machine, a pop machine, or a vending machine where you get snacks, where you going to put it at? You're going to put it on a high traffic area, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazon is one of the highest traffic websites that you can visit, that people visit on the web. I don't know what the ranking is. I'm going off the top of my head right now. But just think about placing a vending machine on Amazon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've adapted this online vending machine model. Anytime that someone calls me, if I'm creating a marketing plan or if they call me ask me a question or anything, and I feel like I can share it with the world, I call that a new online vending machine. I created an ebook
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I put it on Amazon, which is a very high traffic area. Even if that ebook only makes me a couple of cents a day, online vending machines add up the same way that regular vending machines do. So think about it that way. If you can
Yeah.
create a bunch of small ebooks and put them online, those I consider my online vending machines. And like you said, that money I don't even spend. That money goes into a whole separate account that I don't even.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even spend that money like what I was just talking about. I spend other people's money. Like kids, when I
Mm-hmm.
go speak to kids, I make sure I have on Jordans. And I always tell them I don't buy Jordans. And they look at me all confused because I got Jordan on my feet. And I was like, no, I use
Mm-hmm.
other people's money
Mm-hmm.
to buy Jordans. And I don't mean other people's money as far as like people who invested in my courses and none of that. I don't touch any of that money. The
Mm-hmm.
money that I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about, I'm finna teach y'all one of my life hacks. And then we really are gonna get out of here.
So
For my birthday, for Christmas, for Father's Day, for any holiday that people, would give me a gift, I ask them for money. I say, hey, give me money for what do you want for your birthday? Give me money. And I don't care
mm-hmm.
what that amount is. I don't care if it's $20. I don't care if it's $5. I don't care if it's $10. It's not the amount of money. Just give me money. And what I do with that money,
Mm-hmm.
I put that money into a separate account and it's called my goat account. And that means with that money in that account, if I want to buy a goat, I can buy a goat.
Mm.
Now,
Go.
because I always have money in that account, when I go shopping or when I go to the mall, if them new J's come out, I can buy them. But guess what? I didn't use none of my money. I use other.
Mm-hmm.
That's a life hack. So I never feel like
Yeah.
I'm holding anything from myself and I can always buy whatever it is that I want because I got money in that account and I'm using other people's money.
That's fire. That's fire.
life.
That's fire.
I just talked
Life
about
hack.
life.
Hashtag.
So, but yeah, that's it, bro. Anything else before we give them our closing remarks?
No, bro, we hit him over here too much. This is crazy. Thank you, bro. This is a great show.
Cool, man. Yeah, definitely. This has encouraged me this morning. So you guys, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Leave us some feedback. Let us know like what you guys think. Leave us some reviews on Amazon. Leave us some feedback on YouTube and all of the different places. And like we always say, if you want to book us for an event or want some one-on-one coaching, Doc does book writing coaching and relationship coaching, and I can do publishing and marketing coaching. Shoot us an email, books-n-brothas@gmail.com. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. All right, any final remarks before we hit them with the quote, bro?
No, bro, I ain't got anything.
All right.
That's good.
With that being said, you don't have to get it right.
Just got to get it going.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. Love you, bro. I'll holler at you next week.
Love you too, bro.
All right, later.
I have a book in me. This is my friend, my brother.
Thank you, Kelly and Oliver.
I'm a multi-award winning best-selling author.
If you want to start a new business, I suggest you write the book on it.
God woke me up at 2:30 in the morning and I wrote a book.
Some of you got books already. Some of you got novels already.
The lead generator is the book.
You write a book, you leave a legacy to your children.
And I hope you guys listen to these guys so they know what they're talking about.